Good morning everyone, the MMDA are back on the road. Right now they're in front of Salle. They're trying to reduce this traffic, move people through and make things a little bit better. Now of course this isn't the first time the team have been here. Addict and MMDA are here on a regular basis. They've implemented various different traffic schemes in coordination with the school. Even the school are working hard to try and fix this problem. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I don't know, hopefully things can get better. What often happens if there's no enforcers here is that the vehicles will stop in the first lane or second lane and unload there. By itself that doesn't sound like a problem because you can unload a passenger in about 5 seconds, but what often happens is people spend time getting stuff from the trunk, like their luggage, and then they, you know, say goodbye, kisses and stuff like that, and it can take a long time, add to congestion. So what they're trying to do this morning is implement no stopping, because it is a no loading unloading area, so they want to force people into the school to unload there instead of doing it on the public road. So the flyover is pretty much clear, and I think that went quite well. There were a couple of complaints from parents that were disrupted because they weren't allowed to unload where they wanted, but otherwise I think, yeah, pretty successful. And if you see this enforcer here, he just came down from the bridge now. You can see he has a camera in his hand. He does non-contact apprehension, so record it on camera, then later issue the ticket based on the footage for illegal loading, unloading and other violations. I was about to point out the signs that say no parking this side, so that if we come across any vehicles I can say, well look, there you go. But I just thought to myself, this is a really nice sidewalk. Plants are really well maintained, it's nice and wide, it's comfortable to walk along. Sometimes you have to look at the, you know, the brighter things, and this is pretty nice. So as you get further down the road, it appears they are allowing parking. In fact, they're collecting fees. I think it's the barangay. It surprises me because these properties have really large garages, really large driveways. I'd imagine they'd want to take their cars inside. So what's happening, as you can see, vehicles are counterflowing because there's a lot of traffic going this way, but one lane is being used for parking. So they're actually allowing counterflow to get the volume of vehicles to move that way. So I think Bong is speaking to them now because this is Mabuhay lane. So as much as possible they don't want parking here, especially not during rush hour, and counterflow is a less than ideal situation.
May bayad ka, okay na ako doon, di ba? Pero tingnan mo yung permisyong dinadala niya sa mga tao na papasok sa opisina. Di ba? Maawa naman tayo. Hindi ko na sinasabing huwag kayong kumita dito sa parking na to. Ang sinasabi ko, lalagyan natin sa oras. Kasi kung di natin ilalagay sa oras, nakakaperwisyo tayo ng tao sa totoo lang. Nakakaperwisyo tayo ng tao.
May receipt sila, ma'am, for parking.
Magkano ba yan?
Ano po, first 3 hours with fee.
Kasi usually nagbubukas naman to mga 9, di ba? Bakit kung dyan, yan ang papagbigyan natin?
Ano
Kasi itong mga residente dito, I doubt it na magpapark sila dito. Loob ng village yan. Ang lalaki ng garahe niyan. So ang gagamit niyan, yung mga customers na to. Meron na silang parking dyan. Bibigyan pa natin sila dito. Pero tingnan mo, mangilan-ngilan na pinagbibigyan natin. Mabibilang mo, wala pang 10 to. Di ba? Yan ang pinagbibigyan natin. Tingnan mo naman yung napiperwisyo natin, daan-daan. Nagka-counterflow na yung iba dahil ano? Dahil wala naman daanan eh.
Sir, mabuhay lang ba?
Mabuhay lang ito eh.
Ano po, sa morning lang po siya nagkaganito. Pero pag once na...
Morning lang, papasok po na opisina yan, malilate yan. Kaya hindi yung morning lang. Itong mga to, hindi naman papasok ng opisina, nakapark dito. Pinipirwisyo nila yung papasok. Ekonomiya po natin na apektuhan dyan. Di ba? So ang sa akin lang, ilagay natin sa oras. Pag-usapan nyo, ilagay natin sa oras. Di ba? 9 o'clock, wala ng traffic yan, pero pwede na kayo mag-park.
And across the road here they're issuing a ticket to this vehicle for obstructing what should be the sidewalk. There is a driver, so it will just be a ticket and then send him on his way. It shouldn't take more than 60 seconds. The driver just appeared for this one, so they're just going to ask for the license, issue a ticket, send him on his way. Again, it's for obstructing the sidewalk. It forces pedestrians into the road. That's a double problem in this area because vehicles are counterflowing, which some pedestrians might not expect, so they really need to keep the sidewalks clear.
Professional ba license mo? Opo. Anong ibig sabihin ng pula? Ayun. Di ba? Dapat alam natin yan. Smart. Ay.
Kaya nga sir, hindi namin makikita, magagamit yung ticket natin. Pag tinikitan ko sir, magagamit yung ticket kasi mababago yung...
Bakit ka nagdadrive ng papulis natin? May HPG yata dyan. Ano ka? Ba't ang lakas sa loob mo mag-drive na wala ka lisensya? Ha? Ano? Ano?
Naayos po sir. Naayos pa po.
Kung wala ka lisensya, nagdadrive ka? Truck pa yan, dump truck pa. Eh lagi kayo nawawalan ng lagi kayo nawawalan ng brake. Nakakadisgrasya kayo. Tapos nagmamaneho kayo, wala kayong lisensya. Ipataw natin ito. May karga nga ba?
Opo, sir.
Bakit nandito ka?
Nakatulog po kayo. Alas 8 po ako may papasok eh.
Oy, bakit dito ka nakapark? Naka-counterflow ka pa. Ano ba? Kasigaan na ba to? Wala ba kayong batas na sinusunod? Taga saan ka ba?
Sa Bulacan po.
Ha?
Bulacan po.
Sa Bulacan ba may batas? Wala.
Sir, parang bogus na sinusulat, sir. O enforcer ka, sir. Di ba yung sulat yun?
Sino ba
Pero
nag-ticket?
may ID ka ba, sir? Opo, sabihin wala kang ID.
Ay, nakal naman, no.
Hindi ako nga ng IT.
Kumuha nga ng pantaw. Ipapataw natin to. Yung maandar naman, natin. Kumanap ng pantaw.
For anyone that doesn't recognize the area, this is Green Hills. Some of the guys are taking advantage to quickly top up their air. That's a nice thing here in the Philippines. You have free air and water at most gas stations. Also, normally you find a little cafe inside the gas station where you can buy some chips and maybe a coffee or whatever. It's quite nice actually, the gas station experience in the Philippines. Because of the condition of this jeepney, they decided to do verification of the paperwork. It looks like the franchise might not be in order, so they're just verifying for sure now. They believe this vehicle was first franchised in 1993, which was 25 years ago. The driver produced an application for a franchise, but as far as they can tell, it hasn't been approved. So the team are now back in Dapitan. It doesn't look too bad, but from what people have been saying and the pictures they've been sending, it's around 4 p.m. that most of the vendors come out. You can see they reinstalled some wire fence here, and then they're hanging their decorations. Out comes everybody to grab the stuff because they're worried about it being confiscated because the sidewalk clearing team just arrived. You can see some products are being confiscated by the sidewalk clearing team. They'll also take down this fence.
Ilang beses natin clear yan eh.
You can see that metal fencing is going on the back of the truck now. This structure here will also go on the back of the sidewalk clearing truck. Of course, another one will be here later today. Of course, this kind of thing isn't ideal for being on the sidewalk. If a pedestrian sticks their finger in that, like a child, they'll get an electric shock that's 220 or 240 volts AC, just dangling there, basically. If you look over the police station, you can see some lights are hanging from it again. The last time the team were here, the police came out and complained that, hey, we don't want this kind of thing hanging off the police station. But again, it's here. As you can see, the sidewalk clearing team are confiscating some stuff. It's pretty much the only deterrent or penalty that they can issue. You can see they're now climbing up the police station to remove their lanterns. Over here they're still trying to clear the sidewalk. There is actually an allowed space, like an easement here where the vendors can operate, but they want to keep part of this open as a sidewalk for pedestrians, so everyone's running in now to try and clear the sidewalk so their stuff won't get confiscated. If you look over here, all of these stores are actually following the rules. They're staying on the easement, they've left a space open for the sidewalk. It's only once you get to this point that they've kind of extended forward. Actually now the sidewalk looks clean because you just saw them rushing to take everything away. But a lot of people are following the rules, some people aren't following the rules, so they're trying to be reasonable, give them a valid place to sell their goods, give somewhere for customers to buy their Christmas decorations. It's not just Christmas decorations, it changes with the seasons, but they also want to allow traffic to flow through, they want to let pedestrians to come through. Because right now you see it's just a sidewalk obstructed, but later on tonight you'll see even the road is obstructed, so that's why the MMDA are being a little bit persistent here. And if you look next to the stores, you can see this is actually a barangay building that's being used as storage for the decorations and other stuff being sold. They're removing this rack now. It was installed blocking the sidewalk. It also had some metal railing. You can see that's being taken also. It's typically used for displays, and the same thing with this wooden structure here.